Hello, welcome back to Notes from My Journal with Faye, but this time on video. Apparently, this is the first time you are seeing me or I'm seeing myself doing this, so we'll see how it goes. Today is just pure vibes and banter back and forth to know the reason why we are transitioning from audio to video, and to have fun while doing it. I'm a podcast listener as well, and I remember, or I still know recently that I enjoy watching, my favorite podcasters while, listening to them as well. So that's one reason. Another reason is the fact that it's more engaging to know who's behind the voice, if that makes any sense. And to do a recap, of 2 seasons, successful ones at that, and reason why I started doing podcast. Notes from My Journal is my baby. Like, it was born out of a need to speak to myself, which I did for months upon months through journaling. I brought a few of my journals. So this is not the first. This was the beginning of writing let me say the word clean journaling. Like, I was more the pendulum, I swung into the other side of writing more, being grateful, the things I was more grateful for. This is the most organized journal I have. Like, I have marks, I have titles. The first episode of season 1 came from here. The girl in the yellow jacket, you can see there's a mark on it, like a marker, yellow. I have purple, I have so many other stuff. This is the most organized, I would say, but I think this was the beginning of all the structure. This was where structure started from. As you can see, this is where all the marks are. You see all the markers. This is the one that birthed structure. This is my favorite. This is like the mature version of me, and this is my newest baby. This is my newest baby, and it says, "I like the new me." So I've not mentioned that the first journal that I ever wrote, I think it should be 3 years ago. I call it the messy journal. It was the backpack was black for a reason. It was messy. It had no structure. I was just pouring out my heart as it came, and by the time I transitioned gradually, I realized I needed to speak about these things, and also have people on the pod who shared the same, values, or who've had the same experiences in the past, and things like this. So we'll see how this goes. This is just like a pure vibe, nothing serious. I have a thought of how it's going to be like when we have like guests on the podcast or the video podcast, and my question will be, I wouldn't want it to be on a what's it called, like a Zoom call or something. Most of our guests are always in different locations anyway, so we'll have to figure that out. Something that shows some sense of warmth, and not like a structure of like official thingy, like some Zoom meeting in a conference. You get what I mean. This is a very relaxed environment where we can banter back and forth and things like that. There's a lot coming up this season 3. I can officially say we're on season 3, to be honest, because the last episode of season 2, I mentioned that this could be the last episode, and this might not be. You never know. Watch out. So yeah, it is, and we're starting season 3 in 2023 with a bang. So we had like a review. I think I did a review of the last Spotify mentioning that it was a good podcast, and giving us analytics of how it went. There was two highlights of the episodes that went really well in the first season about culture, and in the second season about navigating Europe. And those were really good because it showed how people of color, especially Africans living abroad, how they live here in their own little way, their experiences. I also had an episode with my sister, which was towards season 2, and we'll see how that goes. When people from different parts or different years experience things in different ways, and also similarities. So that was good. That was really good. This season is to collaborate more with other podcasters. That's the goal, to be on other podcasts. Give these notes for my journal the exposure that it deserves, because boy, we're talking about facts here, and people really, really need to hear us. So we need to be more in more spaces, and that's what we'll be working on this season. What else? There's some hot topics to discuss. Hot topics. I don't want to be dropping them because but I think the next one was gonna be that for sure, and we'll see how that goes. And would like to hear your opinion. Engage more. The social media presence that we have is existent, but we figured out that those who listen to the podcast on Anchor are different from those who listen to it on social media, like on Instagram. Those that listen on Instagram, they follow the link. But we want you who listen on other platforms to also come on Instagram and share your comments and tell us what you enjoy and how we can keep this conversation going. So I really still want to talk more, but what to say? I would like, that's why it should be interactive. Maybe it's time to do a Q&A. What do you think? To do a Q&A. And another thing that I could also share is about some topics that are here in my journals that has not seen the light of day. And hopefully, maybe when the time is right, they are going to come on. An example of one is health shaming. Health shaming, it took like 2 pages, or maybe one day to be talked about. There's another one about there's so many stuff here. So many. And I like the fact that they are all time stamped, so I do remember when they were written. And yeah, there's so much stuff to talk about. And I think it's time to also bring on people who share the same, sentiments and experiences like I have done in the past. And that will be it for the first episode of Notes from My Journal with Faye, but this time on video. See you next episode.